What's up, everybody? Video Game Genius slash MMA Genius, which is my other channel name. And I'm going to be talking about UFC, EA's UFC, their roster, and their gameplay. Now, to start off, we don't know a lot about anything of the game, other than that they say it comes out in 2014, so we still got like a full year left. But let's start off. Who should be in the roster? Of course, we know Ben Henderson is going to be there. John Jones is going to be there. Chuck Liddell is going to be there. Anthony Pettis is going to be there. That's the ones that we have seen and the character renders that we have seen. And of course, all the champions are pretty much going to be there. A lot of the top tier guys are going to be there as well. But things get interesting because here's a question. Is Randy Couture going to be in it? I don't know. I really don't know because, as you guys know, he had a huge fallout with the UFC. Again, if you follow the sport. So I don't know. Would I like to see him there? Yes. Would I like to see Brock Lesnar in there? Yes. And speaking of fighters who I would love to see in there, we all know that EA does a lot of realistic simulation type games. But would I like to see Hoist Gracie in there? Yes. Dan Severn? Yes. Ken Shamrock? Yes. Boss Rutan? Yes. Frank Shamrock? Hell yes. Is it likely? Not really. And that gets to the gameplay of it because, as you know, EA makes a lot of realistic type games. I'm telling you right now, some of the funnest times I've ever had playing games have been arcade style games, like the old school UFC games, and even farther back, the WWF Raw games, Street Fighter games, Tekken game, a lot of fun. And one thing that I really hope that EA does not do, which THQ did, is they effed up the ground game so bad. For me, it was horrendous. Horrendous, especially when you play online, if you could even play online. People just spammed the hell out of it. They're like, you know what? It was mismatched. You took people down and you basically spammed them with either trying to go for submissions or just punches. The ground game was done horrendously. I'll tell you what, I don't sell games. I still have my Batman from Sega. I still have Super Mario Brothers 3 from Nintendo. I sold UFC 2009 and 2010. I sold those games. And I don't sell games, but that's how bad they were. I sold those games. So I hope that EA really gets the ground game done right. And they say that they're going to include the fighter likeness and how they move and everything. If that's gonna be the case, then they better have a button or combo or whatever button presses that you do for Anderson Silva, for him to basically put his hands down and just start doing what he does. I'm not making fun or joking. I'm being serious. That's his style. So if they're gonna be really super realistic, they better have that for Anderson Silva. And going back to the roster, they better have women. We have not heard anything about that, but they better have women. They better have Honda Housey, Misha Tate as well. All the women that are going to come out. I hope that they have them as well. And to change things up even more, which would be even more awesome, if EA gets their damn head straight, women versus men. Ronda Rousey versus, say, Demetrius Johnson, or her versus Henan Barao, or Dominic Cruz. Imagine that. That would be awesome. Are they going to have that? Who knows? If they were actually smart, they would probably do that. But as you know, they're super realistic, whatever. As I said before, some of the most fun I have ever had in games have not been the realistic games. Perfect example, NBA Street. I had so much fun playing that. NBA Street, NBA Jam. Not to say I don't like super awesome realistic things. As if you guys have been following me, you know that I post Gran Turismo gameplay on here as well. But man, when it comes to fighting, I just want to have fun. Anyway, that's what I have to say about it. I would love to see old school UFC fight in this game. Like I mentioned, Dan Severn, Frank Shamrock, Ken Shamrock, hell, even Chemo. You know what I mean? Hell yeah, who wouldn't want to see that? But then we get into the whole likeness and them releasing their likeness to EA and different contracts and all this other stuff. Would I like to see Fedor? Hell yeah, but that's not going to happen. You think Fedor's going to release his likeness to EA for a UFC game? I don't think so, but you never know. But you can tell me in the comments below, who would you like to see in this UFC game? Anybody, who doesn't even matter. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is a huge UFC fan, as you guys know, and is friends with Dana White. It's not totally impossible to see him in a UFC game, and I'm being serious. Maybe as a special ref or as a fighter. It can happen. All he has to do is release his likeness and bam, it's done. But you tell me in the comments below, who would you like to see? Everybody, thank you for watching, subscribe, and there are much more videos to come.